Hi, in this session, we're going to have a look at how we can use effectively bullet points in Microsoft Word. There are a few tricks that if you learn, you'll never find it difficult using bullet points again. So we're going to start with a document that's already got some text in it. So it's a sort of document that I would put together, a list of apps and potentially what they do. So I'm just going to apply bullet points to them. Now, when you use bullet points, whether it's in Word or any other app, really should make sure that they're concise and they don't have too much text in them. The idea of this is that you're breaking down a lot of information and you're making it easier for people to understand. So I'm just going to take that all the way down. So remember, I can just drag down in that left-hand side, and I am going to go up to my bullet point icon. Now, in here, you can see there are various bullet points, and I also have one of my own, which is our company logo, which you can define a bullet point and actually create your own logo. So for today, I'm just going to do that. Now, what that does is it gives me my bullet points for each one, and it just gives me it in a list. And I can do Control 2 if I like, which is double line spacing. So that spaced them out really easily. And then I'm going to take these and I am going to tab in. And can you see that that gives me the sub bullet points, which is something that is popular. One thing to note, I love using my ruler. Do you use your ruler in Word? So if you go to the view ribbon, you will see that there is a ruler in here. And in that ruler, we can see where our bullet points are placed. So just to know, if you do want to move them, then you have to move them from these triangles. And if I wanted to move them all together, I'd have to select these and I can bring those back to the left. There is a more effective way of doing it with styles, but for here, this is the way we're looking at it. So I'm going to start a new document and I'm just going to bring the new document in here and I'm just going to put bullet point A. Now, this bullet point I want to turn on, so I'm just going to do an ordinary bullet point. I'm just going to increase on the zoom control so you can see really clearly what it is. And I do a shift and return. Now, shift and return allows you to create further text within the same bullet. So this is additional text using shift and enter or return. It's known as a soft return in that it's still in the same paragraph, but it's created me a new line. And that saves having to turn the bullet points on and off again. So I return and I can do bullet point B, shift and enter the second line again. Now I can also do bullet point C and return and tab. That will give me a sub bullet point in my text and another sub bullet. And return again, I want to go back. I do shift and tab and I do bullet point D. So that's the way that you can use bullet points effectively. Now let's select all of those and do my Control and 2. So that will take it all into my double line spacing if you want that. If you don't want that, that's where you start working with styles, or maybe you use additional enters between the bullet points. So for example, start again, bullet point A, and this time I'm going to go to my bullet points here, or my numbering, and I can select numbering. I can shift and enter, and it's already in control 2, so we'll cut that bit. So what we're going to do here is we are going to do bullet point A again, and I am going to apply numbering this time. And if I return, shift and enter, it gives me my second line, of course. So if I shift and enter again and then return, that is without having to worry about the double line spacing or anything. If you're doing this a lot, I highly recommend style, but if you're just doing it now and again, it's a nice quick way of creating your bullet points. See you next time.